firstly, we find that most of these sites where you're finding these remains, they are located away, most of them are located away from the raw material sources. So this has basically, as a logical corollary, this has two implications. First, what is that there was a distribution system between these raw material sources and places where they were taken and manufactured, as well as the relationship of Harappans with populations living outside the region. Some of these raw material sources fell into that region. Secondly, we find that generally one single site is sometimes mentioned associated with a craft tradition. But many times we come across, in fact there are a few occasions where we come across sites which where you have remains of multiple crafts and traditions like Lothal, Janhudaro and Mohenjo-daro. Now, I've already talked about the distribution system and the internal exchange system, which may have been important, which we can find from an analysis of craft traditions. Now, another important thing is when we look at certain crafts like the steatite seals, the weights, these were produced only in a few sites and possibly there was a controlling authority over these. Then what about the luxury items of the etched, which are the etched carnelian beads and the long barrel cylinder beads, which signify some kind of a status. These are also seen, they may be found in various sites, but these can be associated with such significance of identity of status, which is very important in a Bronze Age economy. Now, another thing that we are seeing is that many of these crafts and traditions require require specialist craftsmen. Now, these would obviously bring forth the issue of specialization in the urban context of a Bronze Age economy. Now, I already mentioned about the steatite seals and the tablets, that inscribed tablets that we are finding, and how a controlling authority may have been over this. These are found only in certain urban contexts, not in the rural settlements. So, the relationship between specialized crafts and urbanism, a very important feature of Bronze Age economy, is highlighted here. So, this is how we can have a brief idea about the craft and technological traditions of the Harappan system.